Hi, my name's Chris from ADRENO Melbourne, and I'm going to talk to you about 3 things I wish I knew before scuba diving. First thing would be the 2 options for regulators. So we've got Yoke regulators and we have DIN regulators. This is actually talking about the first stage here at the top and how it attaches to the tank. The advantage of a DIN regulator, and this is what I wish I knew, was that you can actually attach it into pretty much every tank. Most tanks actually have a little insert attached into it already, making it a yoke. With a DIN regulator, it screws into the tank, making it a much more secure fit. In my eyes, a bit safer than having something that's clamped over the top. Certain parts of the world will only use yoke and will only use DIN. If you were to purchase a yoke regulator, it is actually going to be standard yoke. If you go to somewhere in the world that will only run DIN, you've taken your regulators all the way over there and you have to use their higher stuff. What you have there is your standard fitting for a DIN. You can add a yoke attachment which screws straight onto the stage there, turning it into the yoke regulator. Meaning anywhere in the world you travel to, if you were to take this sort of option here, you'll be able to use it no matter what. You're not going to put yourself into a position where you can't use your gear. My second tip for the day is the 2 different styles of BCDs. So we have here what we call a jacket BCD. A jacket BCD inflates completely around the front and the back of the BCD. This makes it super easy to learn in, great for beginners as you're doing your pool training and stuff out in the ocean. Surface of the water, as it's fully inflated, you're going to sit there upright like a seat. The disadvantage of a jacket BCD is that when inflated underwater to get your trim, you can actually get air into the front bits. Meaning air always wants to find the highest point, and if you rotate and stuff, you're actually going to be fighting the BCD, getting hard to get that perfect trim, making you use less air in the water. The advantage of a rear inflation is that all air is actually in the back. On the surface of the water, it is going to push you forward a little bit, but I'd rather be comfortable underwater where I want to be than that couple of minutes whilst waiting for a boat. So especially something like this where you've got your weight pockets in the front, your air in the back, you've got perfect trim effortlessly, making it a lot easier through the water. Last thing I wish I knew was that the great diving we have out here in Melbourne and all the variables through the world. So out here I've managed to dive submarines, shipwrecks. There's a lot of swim throughs out on the back beaches as shore dives. A lot of different stuff. You can go out there and get a feed of fish as well. Recently went over to Indonesia, dived in the Komodo Islands. Over there is crystal clear water, about 28 degrees. Sharks, turtles, manta rays, and a lot of stuff that we actually don't have for here. So it's great to be able to travel, see all the different parts of the world and see what traveling and diving has to offer. My name's Chris from ADRENO Melbourne, and that was my 3 tips.